We are going to do a deep dive to dissect your current emotional state through the Twin Flame Sacred Fire journey. And I started out with the first card, which was Opposition is Opportunity. And so we have been sort of basking in conflictual energy recently, of course. On a collective scale, we're really in a huge transition and we're being forced to get our kingdoms in order. And your kingdom isn't only just your home, it's your inner temple, really pulling in new frequencies, raising your, being in an ascended frequency, um, feeling all kinds of different emotions like anger and sadness and restlessness and of course fear and excitement. And so all of these emotions are coming in because we are going through a transition right now. Deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. And then I also pulled the Tantric Journey, and then, of course, segued over to Divine Feminine because that's what expression is. It's this raw, authentic expression that we just want to expose and roll in the dirt and cry and scream and all that stuff and feel our bodies and feel the feelings in our bodies. We want to stir up that and harmonize the in and out, the masculine, feminine, that integration process. We desire that innately to pull in our highest frequencies and to live our best life, of course. And so the frequency of a tantric journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. Like, intimacy is hugging and kissing and touching without definement. Like, just because I'm touching Bob doesn't mean I want to take Bob in the bedroom and get it on. Although I might. You just don't know. But intimacy is just allowing that raw expression to express itself however it wants to without definition. And so then we move into Divine Feminine, supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all creation. All creation. Our divine feminine energy is predominant right now in the collective. Men are rising, the masculine is rising up to the task, really creating platforms and structures to facilitate this expression within all of us. We're not centering it in just to a female exposure, but we're also putting it into just the divine feminine within every single individual in the entire universe. And opening up platforms where men and women feel safe and supported. I pulled solar flares today. Like, this is intense energy, very intense, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Miracles are everywhere. Okay, solar flares. The sun's surface is always toiling. A flare can flash brightly on the surface or become the earth that shoots out charged particles. When these particles head toward Earth, not only are our electronics disrupted, but also our politics heat up as we question old systems. Isn't that incredible? The volume turns up on all astrological activity. High peaks of solar activity were recorded around the French Revolution, the American Revolution, and during the mid-1960s, times when people fought the status quo and sought revolutionary change. So that's where we're at. Revolutionary change. So the action is change is in the air. A flare of energy supports your work. The mood is restless, sparky, revolutionary, and curious. People are hungry for change. It's not the time to be quiet, but to be fast on your feet. And just to implement an idea of energy, I was stopped in my tracks the other day to support a system which I won't name. And I went over and I felt like I was in a chokehold because they were nice and they were smiling and they were, talking about what it was that they wanted me to be a part of. But I don't, right? The protester on the side of the road, the thing that he's protesting is the thing that he is manifesting. And that is a radical idea. I understand that to be a radical idea. But I am not investing in anything I don't want to take with me to the new earth or to heaven or in my life. You are a multidimensional being, and anything that you focus on is what you're pulling into your kingdom. And that was a powerful awakening when that individual was able to pull me in, and I felt obligated to give in that moment in a way that made me feel uncomfortable. And then I walked away like, which is, wow, is what I thought. And I immediately, pulled back and put my hand up and said, no, thank you. This is not something that I want to feed, not something that I want to pull into my kingdom, but thank you. And I also asked the individual what brought them in that and put them in the position to help, be a support system in something that we don't want in the world. And they were like, well, I just want to help. And I'm like, if you understand what energy is, this isn't helping. And it's like shoving food down a child's throat because you want them to eat. They have their own inner navigational system, and if we intrude in that, it becomes distorted. It becomes influenced, and the person then ends up feeling disassociated with themselves because now they're following your lead instead of their own lead. And this is what causes the disruption. And so even though we're at a place now where we've cultivated so many things that we don't desire in the world, we have to decide to take radical action now and just starve it. Absolutely starve the thing that you no longer want to manifest in this lifetime, in this world. You don't want to be born into the world with things that don't resonate with your soul. And so think about what you're donating to and what causes you're thinking about, because anything you're putting an investment into, you're inviting it into your kingdom. If you feel bad for something, you're inviting that into your kingdom. If you feel good for something, you're inviting that into your kingdom. Doesn't matter. The energy doesn't know right from wrong. And so that's really the place we are. We're opening ourselves up to that inner expression, that radical expression through our divine feminine, pulling in and being joyful, staying at the top of the mountain so others may see what that looks like. Going through this sacred fire journey is the path that you're carving to love. Unconditional love, endless love, infinite love. And so we just want to bask in that love. We want to harmonize in that love through the twin flame journey. And really that's the whole purpose of this journey. So solar flares. The sun is sending extra voltage, amplifying your energy, sending in miracles and revelations. So be open to receiving. I love you.